Hello, welcome to Samarkand, a historical city in Uzbekistan. This is our head out of the Minaret. Welcome to our Uzbekistan travel series. We started in Khiva, made our way through the ancient fortresses. We are the only people around actually. And then spent 3 days in Bukhara. It's time to leave Bukhara, and literally from Bukhara going to Samarkand, the best option is to take a high-speed train, which takes 1 hour, but you have to book in advance. But when I checked, there was nothing, and the slow train was at 5 a.m. So we decided again, take a taxi and go. $60 all the way, 4 to 5 hours. It's about a 5-hour drive from Bukhara to Samarkand. The train is much faster, under 3 hours. Samarkand is famous for its history and connection to the Silk Road. We are here to explore this city. This city has a rich history, but nowadays is a modern and up-to-date city. Samarkand is often called the jewel of the Silk Road, and it is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in Central Asia. It was founded over 2,700 years ago and became a key hub on the ancient Silk Road, connecting China with the Mediterranean. Over the centuries, it was conquered by Alexander the Great, ruled by the Persian Empire, and later became the heart of the Timurid Empire in the 14th century. Today, Samarkand is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, where grand monument and Islamic architecture meet a modern and growing city. With so much history around every corner, staying near the historic center makes it easier to explore the city on foot. We stayed at Saroy Plaza, a modern hotel with a swimming pool and a spa, not far from the main historical sites. Good to start exploring Samarkand by visiting Gur-e-Amir Timur. Amir Timur was the founder of Timurid Empire. Amir Timur is one of the most important historical figures in Central Asia. Under his rule, the city became a center of power, culture, and science. Timur had a vision to turn Samarkand into the most beautiful city in the world. He brought in architects and craftsmen from across his empire to build monumental structures, many of which still stand today. His mausoleum, Gur-e-Amir, is where he, his sons, and his grandson Ulugh Beg are buried. This place later inspired other famous tombs, including the famous Taj Mahal. To this day, his presence is strongly felt across the city. One of the most visited spots is Amir Timur statue, where people often stop to take photos. It stands as a symbol of his legacy and his connection to Samarkand. Registan Square is the main attraction here in Samarkand. If you have heard of Samarkand or seen any photos, probably you've seen a photo of this square. Registan Square is the heart of Samarkand and one of the most iconic landmarks in Uzbekistan. The name Registan means sandy place or simply desert in Persian. To visit this square and 3 madrasas, you need to buy a ticket, and the ticket costs 65,000 som per person, and have to cover all of your body and wear a scarf because it's not a mosque, but still is kind of a religious attraction, so it's good to dress modestly. Even like covering your shoulder or your knee is enough. In the past, Registan wasn't just a religious or cultural site. It was a lively public space. Markets were held here, scholars exchanged ideas, and travelers from across the Silk Road passed through. It was a true meeting point for trade, culture, and knowledge. This is the main attraction. A lot of tours come here during the day. If you want to avoid the crowds, it's good to come here early in the morning or later in the evening. We decided to come later, closer to the closing time, which is at 8. Luckily there is no sun and it feels a bit cooler because it has been hot for many days since we arrived in Uzbekistan. It's very hot during the day and it's good to just get some fresh air. This square was once the main gathering point for public events, royal announcements, and even punishment and executions. It is surrounded by 3 grand madrasas, built between the 15th and 17th centuries. A madrasa is basically an Islamic school. On the left is Ulugh Beg Madrasa, built in the 15th century by Timur's grandson. He was one of the most well-known astronomers of his time and even built an observatory in Samarkand, which we will visit later. His madrasa became one of the top educational centers in the Islamic world. This is the old clock. Actually use the sun to know what time is during the day. Look what I found in this madrasa. Mulberry trees that we saw in many cities in Uzbekistan and grape. Opposite it is the Sherdor Madrasa, built in the 17th century. It was designed to mirror the Ulugh Beg Madrasa on the other side of the square. The most striking feature is the tiger mosaics on the facade. In Islamic art, human and animal images are usually avoided, which makes this design very unique. Here you can see tiger chasing deer, a bold and symbolic choice. The name Sherdor means with tigers, reflecting both the artwork and the madrasa's powerful look. This place has a very relaxed vibe and it's very peaceful. And you can sit here and just enjoy watching the birds flying, and there is greenery in the courtyard. There are trees. So it's not like other tourist attraction. You feel rushed to visit everything, and there are shops inside the tourist attraction, but they are not pushy. So if you don't want to buy anything, you don't have to, and they don't push you. And there are also some shops they sell drinks like water, coffee, and tea. So it's very peaceful, this place. If you look at the tiles, of course they are beautiful, but you can see something is written on them in Arabic, and actually it's the verses of Quran. And this tile you see behind me, it looks like QR code, but actually that one also has some phrases in Arabic that is the name of Prophet Muhammad in Islam. In the center stands the Tilyakuri Madrasa, completed a few years later. It served as both a madrasa and a mosque. Inside, the prayer hall is richly decorated with gold leaf. Tilyakuri means gilded. You need some time to visit all the madrasas, and all of them are so beautiful. So if you're visiting here, at least keep 1 hour free. Together, these 3 buildings form one of the most remarkable historic squares in the Islamic world. Today, the square is also a popular spot for photography. You know, in Bukhara and other places, we've seen that people, they take photos, they dress up, and usually when we travel, we don't do it because we don't have time and we have our own camera. But this time, it was kind of like empty here and no queue, nothing. Everybody's saying why not. So me and Bruno, we dressed up, we took some photos. If you want, you can come here and do it. It's fun, it's just a laugh. And we actually got 37 photos and 1 videos on something that goes around you, a circle.
Samarkand, Samarkand.
They mix it with the music, and for all of that we pay 200,000 some, which is around 10 pounds. Probably we could negotiate, but I mean, it's so cheap, why should I negotiate? Now actually we are going to climb the Minaret. It's not the normal tour that everyone can take apparently. Some people for photography they can take this too, and because they saw my camera and they asked if I have a YouTube channel, so they offered me this too. They closed the door behind us.
I think they're gonna lock us in here.
There is no guard and we are alone here. So, oh my god! That's the tunnel.
The steps are falling apart.
Now it's getting darker and narrower. It never ends. Oh my god. There's just a hole. I didn't expect that. Literally we cannot go up. It's our head out of the Minaret. And we have a great view here. Woo.
I'm taller, so probably I can see a little bit more. But yeah, it's a bit tricky up here. This is our current situation at all. Are you comfortable?
It's so narrow and there is no space for 2 people actually, so to stand. So I just like I'm careful about my head. I can come also with you. Yeah, I can. Oh my god. I couldn't never. This is the only minaret at Registan that can be climbed, but it's not officially open to all visitors. Going down is always harder. Occasionally, some travelers like us are allowed to go up for a small fee. It really depends on timing and who is around. And in our case, filming for YouTube definitely helps. One of the good reasons to come in the evening is you can stay here and watch the light show. From here we have an amazing view of the Bibi Khanum mosque. Literally, she offered me for free to try it. The moral of the story is that don't fall in love with the king's wife.